Alex. I just finished my practice and come spend the day with me at Tennis Paradise.
Alex Eala had just finished a practice session at Indian Wells Open when she decided to keep the cameras with her for the rest of the day, giving fans a rare, unfiltered look at life behind the rankings. Instead of a polished PR moment, the video captured the real routine, training, fan interactions, discipline, and the quiet pressure of being the 32nd ranked player in the world. She opened the vlog simply, "Hey, I'm Alex. I just finished my practice. Come spend the day with me at Tennis Paradise." It wasn't a scripted monologue about goals or achievements, just a casual invitation that revealed something important about her approach. She wasn't performing for the camera, she was simply letting people see her real day as it unfolds. Tennis.
Hello. Thank you.
Alex, look, Alex, your shirt.
Hi, Alex. You know, I've only dreamed of making tennis grow in the Philippines, and now I'm bringing a whole new audience to tennis all around the world.
Raise your hand if this is your first time at a tennis tournament. First time at a tennis tournament.
Yes.
Are you here because of Alex?
Yes. And she's humble and she works hard. Yes.
The phrase Tennis Paradise is what players often call the Indian Wells Open, and the nickname is well-deserved. The tournament, officially known as the BNP Paribas Open, takes place at one of the most impressive tennis facilities in the world. Stadium 1 alone holds more than 16,000 spectators, while the surrounding practice courts are considered some of the best anywhere on the tour. Set in the beautiful Coachella Valley, the tournament has an atmosphere that very few events outside the 4 Grand Slams can match. That is why it is often called the 5th Grand Slam. The player field is as strong as a major, the facilities rival the biggest tournaments in the sport, and the entire experience, from warm-up courts to the player lounge to the walk into the main stadium, is designed to feel truly significant. Tennis.
That's why we like her, you know, because she's the face of the Philippines.
Just aside from her talent, she's also thinking of the future.
The Filipinos is we have such a strong sense of community, and I feel like when one of us does well or one of us is succeeding, we all have that shared sense of pride.
So when Eala plays, we all get together and we all watch her support her as a group of people.
Are there actual gatherings?
Oh yeah,
Really?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
We plan our dinners around that stuff.
Really? You signed up for Tennis Channel to watch her?
Yeah, because sometimes they don't show it.
So the year subscription, just in
No,
case.
the monthly.
Oh, the monthly. Okay.
The monthly is just in case she doesn't play, then we don't.
Alex Eala arrived at the Indian Wells Open as the 31st seed, the first Filipino player ever to reach the tournament's main draw. Yet instead of spending her off-court time dwelling on the historic weight of that moment, she chose something much simpler, walking around with a camera and talking with fans. For someone in her position, that approach could look either remarkably grounded or carefully calculated. But considering how she has handled her rise, showing humility, gently pushing aside comparisons to Manny Pacquiao, and openly acknowledging losses without excuses, the grounded explanation seems far more believable. Still, the relaxed presence captured on camera is only the surface. Beneath it lies a daily routine built on structure, discipline, and relentless preparation that is anything but casual. Tennis.
That the courts are full at home and just so many things that I didn't think would happen because of what I'm doing on tour. So. Okay, first impression is that it's pretty far.
For Alex Eala, the day usually begins long before the fans arrive or the cameras start rolling at the Indian Wells Open. Before the walk around the grounds, the conversations with supporters waving Philippine flags, or the relaxed moments captured on video, there is a demanding 2-hour morning training session. This isn't a casual warm-up, it's intense technical work focused on sharpening the specific parts of her game that allow her to compete at the highest level of the WTA Tour. Every drill, every rally, and every adjustment during those early hours is designed to build the foundation for how she performs once the matches begin. Tennis. Alex Eala has built her game around an aggressive baseline style, with her forehand serving as the primary weapon. Opponents often describe the shot as heavy, meaning the ball carries a difficult combination of pace and spin that makes it tougher to handle than pure speed alone. Maintaining that level of power and consistency across a full WTA schedule requires constant technical work, something most fans never see. Practice sessions often involve hitting the same shot hundreds of times, adjusting the contact point by tiny margins, refining stance, and repeating the follow-through until the motion becomes automatic under match pressure. Much of that discipline was shaped at the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, where Eala has trained since her teenage years. The academy isn't designed to be comfortable in the traditional sense. It's demanding, with clear standards that every player is expected to meet. The culture reflects the example set by Rafael Nadal himself: relentless work ethic, elite physical conditioning, and the ability to compete through extreme challenges. While training there, Eala balanced both academics and the intense physical and technical workload of one of the toughest development programs in tennis. Learning to handle both at once helped build a skill that still defines her career today: the ability to compartmentalize, focusing completely on the task in front of her no matter how much pressure surrounds it. Tennis.
Thank you. Salamat. Thank you. I've arrived at Indian Wells, so please come and show your support. Hello mga kababayan, manood kayo sa akin dito sa Indian Wells. Kita-kita tayo dito. Bye!
Alex Eala once explained her mindset in a way that captures how she manages the demands of elite sport and education. When she stepped onto the court, she left school concerns at the gate so she could give her training 100%. And when she returned to an academic setting, she shifted her focus completely to her studies. That ability to switch mentally between two demanding environments, being fully present in one without carrying the stress of the other, is not something most people develop naturally. It requires deliberate practice, discipline, and time. The fact that she openly acknowledges developing this skill shows that it did not come easily. Like everything else in her career, it was built through consistent effort on tournament and training days. The midday schedule may vary, but the purpose remains the same: maintaining the physical condition needed to compete at the highest level. Beating players like Jasmine Paolini or challenging top 10 opponents demands far more than technical tennis skill. Nutrition is carefully managed to meet the intense energy requirements of multiple daily sessions, while still allowing the body to recover efficiently. By the afternoon, the focus shifts toward physical conditioning, weight training, footwork drills, agility work, and structured recovery. The least glamorous part of the routine, physiotherapy and recovery sessions, is often the most critical. Professional tennis requires thousands of explosive movements every week: powerful lateral pushes from the baseline, shoulder rotation through the serve, and rapid deceleration when chasing wide balls. Without consistent recovery work, those repeated stresses build into injuries, which is why many talented players on the WTA Tour have seen their careers interrupted not by a lack of ability, but by the physical toll of competing at the highest level without proper recovery. Tennis Alex Eala staying healthy through a demanding stretch that includes the Australian Open, the Middle East Swing, and now the Indian Wells Open is not a coincidence. It is the result of a carefully managed process built around training, recovery, and discipline. But when the structured part of the day ends, what appears in the Indian Wells footage is something much simpler. Off the court, Eala looks like what she is: a 20-year-old who also happens to be one of the best tennis players in the world. She walks around the tournament grounds, speaks with fans naturally, and takes time for real conversations with people who traveled long distances, some driving for hours, others flying across the Pacific, just to see her play. These interactions don't feel staged or manufactured. They reflect what many fans describe as the Eala effect, a genuine connection between the player and the community supporting her. That connection is especially visible among Filipino supporters. Fans raise their hands proudly to say it is their first professional tennis tournament, while others admit they subscribe to tennis broadcasts specifically to watch her matches, sometimes paying month to month so they can cancel between events. Some families even plan dinners around match times, and communities gather together to watch rather than experiencing the moment alone. One fan captured the feeling perfectly in a simple comment: "People admire Eala not because she is ranked among the best in the world or because of sponsorship deals and media attention, but because she is humble and works hard." Those two qualities, humility and effort, are what the Filipino community consistently points to when explaining their connection to her. And when you look at her daily routine, those traits don't appear to be an image she is trying to project. they seem to be exactly who she is. That is why the support around her is unusual in professional sports. Filipino fans are not just watching her matches, they are organizing parts of their lives around them. Tennis. The support around Eala has grown into something deeper than typical fan enthusiasm. Filipino supporters organize real gatherings, group dinners timed around match schedules, and watch parties where the experience of cheering together matters as much as the result itself. It reflects the Filipino sense of collective identity and the spirit of bayanihan, where success is shared across the community. Many fans describe the feeling simply: when one of them succeeds, everyone feels proud. That community connection has naturally formed around Eala's rise, something she herself acknowledged during the Indian Wells Open. Friends back home told her courts were suddenly full, with more people picking up rackets because they were inspired by her journey. In a country where tennis courts are not always easy to access, that ripple effect is significant. One athlete competing at the highest level can spark a surge of interest in the sport across an entire nation. Another important layer of her story comes from the Rafa Nadal Academy in Mallorca, where she developed her game under principles influenced by Rafael Nadal. The academy's culture, relentless physical preparation, mental toughness, and refusing to give away points, shows clearly in the way Eala competes today. Her aggressive baseline style, heavy ground strokes, and determination through difficult moments in matches are not accidental traits. They were shaped in an environment where the standard was set by one of the most physically committed champions in tennis history. At the same time, her journey has always been rooted in family support. From her parents backing the decision to train abroad to her brother Miko being part of her team, the path from Quezon City to the world stage has never been a solo story. It is a family story that an entire community has embraced. And in the middle of all that, 2-hour morning practices, gym sessions, recovery work, and the demanding routine required to compete on the professional tour, Eala still finishes a practice session, picks up a camera, and invites fans to spend the day with her. That moment captures the essence of her journey. The discipline is real, the work is relentless, and the routine behind the ranking is far more intense than most people realize. Yet she still finds time to walk around Indian Wells, talk with supporters who traveled across continents to watch her play, and share the experience with them. At just 20 years old and already among the world's top players, who she is as a person may be just as important to the future of tennis as how she performs on the court. Tennis.